Hey everybody, I'm Tim Hockett. Today I want to talk about a character trait that is both simple and complex. The subject is fairness, and I'll probably do two or three little videos. We're eventually going to discuss equality, impartiality, proportionality, openness, due process, all part of being fair. What I'm after is to get at that feeling that you get when you see a situation, you say, that just isn't fair. Since what comes to mind initially when I think of fairness is equality, I want to share another little story from my childhood. Somehow my dad just seemed to be very wise. I had a sister just 2 years younger than I, and as close siblings, we would eventually fuss and fight over that last piece of cake or that last glass of milk, just about everything. And when we did complain to my dad, he would say, okay, one of you cut the cake and the other gets to choose the piece. How ingenious is that? We would measure and we would check every angle and we would cut the cake knowing that the other one got to choose. And what do you think happened? Yeah, the pieces were perfect. It still makes me giggle to think about it. The bottom line here is that we both got equal amounts. And by the time we were measuring and cutting, you see, it didn't matter anymore. But more importantly, we felt like we were being treated fairly. It's interesting that equality and even this notion of portion consistency is a key ingredient to the popularity of our favorite, fast food places. When you get a McDonald's hamburger, no matter where you go, California, Texas, East Coast, the McDonald's hamburger is the same. You're getting exactly the same thing as everybody else. Another experience that I've had that comes to mind comes from when I lived in Jerusalem for a few years. In this neighborhood, a lady would come by very early in the morning, I remember, and she would cry out, Anavim, Anavim, which means grapes, grapes. And people in the building, along with myself, we would pour out and stand in line and we would buy grapes from this lady. Big, beautiful green grapes. And I distinctly remember asking her once for a kilo of grapes, whereupon she placed some grapes on her scale. It was one of those scales, with the two trays, and you hold the chain in the middle and it balances. Put the grapes on one side, and then she produced a big rock and placed it on the other side and put grapes on until it balanced. I was supposed to assume that the rock weighed exactly a kilo. When I gave her this suspicious look, she went like this, and then she reached into her bag and got out two brass weights. She replaced the rock with the two brass weights, and sure enough, it balanced perfectly. And then she put one of the brass weights in my hand, and I read what was engraved. It said 500 grams. So, much to my disbelief, that rock actually did weigh a kilo. Her weights were correct. As far back as biblical times, we find rules and regulations and laws about equal measures and scales that the community could trust. In Proverbs chapter 20, about verse 10, it says, unequal weights and unequal measures are both alike, an abomination to the Lord. So, when you go to the store and you order that pound of juicy chicken strips and the guy weighs them onto the scale there for you to see, you're trusting that the scale is accurate and that we're getting a real pound. All right, when we discuss prices, I know that we have to talk beyond weights and measures and so forth. There are market forces that cause prices, and so generally supply and demand are the drivers. If there's big supply, uh, the price goes down. If there's high demand and low supply, price goes up. But in no case are we going to allow someone to sell us a gallon of gas, but it's not really a full gallon. That's not fair. All right, that's enough for now. The takeaway is that we like certain standards in our society, consistent weights and measures. We expect to be apportioned fairly. Anything else is cheating. But you know what else? We expect fairness when we're being treated as a person. We'll talk about that next. I'm Tim Hockett. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hey, before you go, I want you to know that I value your thoughts and your questions. I do have 3 favors to ask. First, please subscribe to this channel. America Divided, we can do better. 2, make time to watch all these little videos. And 3, please share these videos widely. Together we really can make a difference. I hope you have a great day.